The bill that's hopefully going to be passed later this afternoon will extend two key programs that both start with a P. That's PUA and PUC. And it will also extend the $300 benefits. That's an extension from the $600 we had seen earlier in the year. It's now $300 starting in January, but it's definitely better than nothing. There was a problem in what we had seen so far, is that some individuals whose main source of income is really independent contracting or self-employment income had very low income as an employee. You know, the classic example is an actor that in between movies works in a restaurant, for example. So the actual total income is higher than the benefit, that the income that they receive as employees. So they might qualify for regular unemployment insurance benefits, but at a very low income because their self-employment income does not count. These individuals would probably qualify for a higher benefit under the pandemic unemployment assistance, which is what, you know, in principle they should be getting. However, they barely qualify for UI. And so for individuals who have at least $5,000 in annual self-employment income, but qualify for regular UI, there's an extra $100 on top of the $300. We would have had a large number of individuals running out of benefits, and pushing those that cliff out by 11 weeks will help individuals financially right away and allow them more time to find a job. A lot depends on how the economy is going to be evolving early next year. If you know it keeps slowing down as it has been over the last few weeks, that's not good news. If you know it keeps picking up, more individuals will find jobs, and so it really depends on how, you know, whether we're going to hit the ground running or not. Whether, you know, we're just postponing the problem by 11 weeks. So what we know from existing research is that exhausting benefits can be really damaging to individuals. That's when large spending declines occur. That's when the chance of moving into poverty occurs. So certainly having an additional 11 weeks is very important. And it also provides a boost to the economy, right? And we've done the math for a very similar proposal when we came with that out about a week ago. You know, we could be seeing a substantial inflow into California, and unemployment insurance benefits are usually spent right away. And so extending UI is not only good for individuals, it's also good for the state. It's good for everyone because it helps to sustain consumption, and it will help the recovery and to create more jobs. That is a very important question. We just came out with a new report today that looked at who in California is receiving benefits while unemployed and who is not receiving benefits while unemployed. And we've looked at the neighborhood level, and especially poorer neighborhoods, more diverse neighborhoods, neighborhoods with more immigrants are less likely to receive benefit, even when these neighborhoods have a very high number of unemployed. So who gets benefits in California and likely throughout the nations really depends on your circumstances. And it's really unfortunate that some of those neighborhoods that are really hard hit, right, will not get as many benefits as some of the richer neighborhoods, for example. And so even though this is good news for those who are exhausting unemployment insurance, this is good news for the state, it's not good news for those individuals that could be getting benefits but currently aren't getting benefits. And our report suggests there are quite a few of them in California, and they are concentrated in lower income, more racially diverse neighborhoods. You know, we were all really hoping that something was going to be passed at this point, but it's clear that Congress is just, you know, kicking the can down the road for a few weeks, because at 11 weeks and the way the economy has been evolving, we're going to face another cliff pretty soon. And I really hope that Congress will, really get to work and pass something that is not just a short-term stopgap when it starts in January. Instead of laying off maybe one or two people, it thinks of, like, okay, how many hours would I have reduced my total hours worked, and spreads those hours through everyone in the company, if it's a small company, or everyone at the workplace, for example, if it's a bigger company with multiple workplaces. So the company still gets to reduce their hours, but it's spread across a larger number of employees, and all of the employees keep their job. Now that leads to a reduction in earnings because you work fewer hours, but they're eligible for the full $300 a week supplement plus 50% of their lost earnings. So it's really a great deal, especially now that you have the $300 supplements. And it is worth considering for companies who don't need across the board cuts. It's good for companies that have more moderate adjustment. And that way they keep their employees and don't have the cost of rehiring in just a few weeks or just a few months. It is a great benefit, and it received some play over the summer, especially because of the $600 weekly benefit made it such a no-brainer. But then EDD hadn't quite streamlined the application processes yet, but it has done now. So I think it's a great moment, since it was reauthorized, to bring that to people's attention. Because what it does, it also prevents firms to laying off people, such that those that are already laid off have an easier time finding jobs. Right? So it prevents crowding the labor market with unemployed job seekers, because it keeps workers attached to their jobs and ready to work more when the economy bounces back.